Welcome back, everyone, to the RDDC, Real Double Dose channel. This is your host, Lex, coming to you straight from the heart where the talk is real and the vibe is always live. Yes, the vibe is. Because here, serving a slice of everyday life is what RDDC is all about. For any questions, short requests, or feedback, anything under the sun that you can think of or you want to run by us, let us know at Real Double Dose channel at yandex.com. That's yandex.com, and check out the blogspot at realdoubledosechannel.blogspot.com, which is transitioning, as I keep saying, but it will happen, to a.com. But you can find the disclaimers, the music rights, and so much more, and links in the About Me section, as well as our other stations and insights throughout the whole blogspot, and travel giveaways, and so much more that we're going to be putting out there again for you all to have, and our YouTube platform that's opening. But for now, we are on TuneIn, Stitcher Radio, Spotify, Spreaker.com, as well as iTunes, iHeartRadio, and SoundCloud, where the links will be posted as well. And you can also check us out on Blueberry and different ones, and soon to be internet radio itself streaming 24/7. Yes, and we're so excited about that, and much more. Yes, so no matter what's happening in your life, no matter what it is, come tune in and kick it with us. I mean, it's only like 10-15 minutes. It's not going to hurt you. And the cool thing about having audio in your ear is that you don't have to worry about looking at the screen, for now at least, until we head over to YouTube. But it's just going to be inspirational things, and just the wonderfulness that comes with all of those beautiful things in between. So this right here is dedicated, and I want to say also to you, it's dedicated to you wonderful families. That's what it is. But I also wanted to put it out there. I put it at the end of our last episode again, and maybe you're catching it a little bit. I know some of you are disappointed by it, but at the same time, we have to do this for the betterment of all of us. It's not taking away from RDC. It's enhancing the avenues that RDC is branching off to. That's going to benefit even multiple millions of people, and as well. And that's going to be, our airings are going to be every Wednesday before 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And Sundays, we'll have rollout times. Not every Sunday, but we'll have rollout time for Sundays for our special guest interviews, special announcements, different things like that. And as well. So it's still going to be our Sundays to a certain point, but it's going to be when those things occur. But right now, we're on Wednesdays before 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. A show will be out, and we're still keeping it rolling. We're still keeping it moving, and all the avenues and all the things that we got our hands into the cookie jar. We kind of got to do this to make sure the show doesn't suffer itself. But we're here all the way. Trust and believe. So, once again, thank you to our sponsor, and that is GiveMeAllThat.com, where you can have swagged out apparel and pay less to have more. Yes, wonderful. Links are always provided. But let's get into this. This is #TrustTheJourney. Yes. So, where are we going with this? #TrustTheJourney. What the journey is our understanding of knowing how to be on the journey. And now, this is a snippet from what's going on with Anthony. Anthony loves traveling. He loves doing different stuff. And sometimes he's not always here with us because he's going abroad to Dubai, different places like that. But at the same time, from his Paramount, he says he finds himself questioning, should I go down this route or should I go down this? It's like a fork in the road, this way. Should I go home now or should I go here? If I go down this road, will something happen to me and my life get shortened? Or if I go down this road, will I miss something I wasn't supposed to? Kind of over-analyzing the whole thought process of letting things be. But once you're really aware of what's going on around you and the things that happen cohesively and like a domino effect, you kind of take your steps a little bit more. But that's the matrix of our lives. We'll get into that later on. So, but I'm saying, do you trust the journey? Do we really trust the journey of it? Because let me just put this out there, no shade. Okay, one of my it's the goodish friends right now, he's having his own little stipulations and tribulations, but he's dealing with an illness that takes him back, different things in his life. But at the same time, his faith and his life is into Islam, and he's Muslim, so or he proclaims to be. Now, I have friends from all over the world, all different countries, all different, religious backgrounds, faith, and whatever it might be. People put the stipulation of what they want on the title of what they believe. But to me, you can put any title you want. If you're not playing the position, you don't hold the title. Now, I had to talk with him about this, and I was breaking it down to him. I don't know if he got it all the way, but I was breaking it down like, it's not the fact that, for your Ramadan or whatever's going on, that I don't respect it. I understand it because I do fasting every day. But at the same time, and I know it's different, prayer and supplication, different ones, and there's no hashtag, no disrespect towards anything. You got to know something in and out to actually really break it down. But from what I gather from my friends throughout the years and growing up around different diversities, I told him, you can't just sit there and not trust the journey. If you believe in Allah, right, as well, I know a lot of Islam Nation or Muslims, different ones have the name, it's different, many names for the creator. And I'm not going to walk on eggshells here. I don't want to sit there and trip over my words and be like, oh, disclaimer. Oh, I didn't mean this. Look, you understand. If you're listening to Lex and RDC, you understand. Everything is meant for a lesson and a reason, and it's respect. So that's what it is. So don't take anything the wrong way. Don't get all in your head. It is what it is. We're talking about my friend here. So I have friends and family, different extended families that have different faiths too. So we all do. We have a whole mass consciousness of different things out here. Point in case, whether I was talking about someone being a Jehovah Witness or Seventh-day Adventistry, which I grew up in, or Baptist, Catholic, whatever, my love is a Catholic, or he grew up Catholic, should I say. It's just the whole thing. It's not about religion right now, but it is about principles of hashtag the journey. So this is an example only. But I'm saying this has actually happened yesterday. So I want to put that out there as an example to actually understand the parable of what I'm saying. So back to Mr. Evo. I call him Evo, evolving over here. Teve, he was to the point where he was like, okay, well, this is going on in my life. This is going on in my life. This is going on in my life. But I told him, I said, I never hear you speak very deeply about what's going on. And he grew up, quote, in America, and he's of a different kind of understanding of nation. I think his mom and them are actually German. So, ironically, he is a German Muslim, which is not bad. There's people from all kinds of cultures and all kinds of backgrounds and everything. But, his family was kind of like, whoa, throwing off from anything that is different from what they know or whatever else it is. But, the first thing he told me was he was kind of scared to tell me that out of the way because he felt like everyone was going to look at him in a different way, because people have their stigmas, which he already knew with me that wasn't going to happen. But I told him, when people say that they feel the love of God through me, or they feel this essence, they feel this surge of electricity or this power, it comes through with just understanding that that's what I'm translating. Every time I get on this show, every time I get on whatever I'm doing, it just comes out naturally. I never just proclaim, hey, I'm going to speak about this so I look like I'm a godly person. Or, hey, I'm going to do this and that and talk about how not to make cherry pie messed up because I want to be looking like the perfect person. I am perfectly imperfect, as I don't know what. Literally. But my imperfections have made me perfection in the hands of the creator of all things. Because no one wants to hear a success story that began with success. Or at least 99.9% of us don't, that I know of. Most people want to hear about the good, the bad, the ugly, all that in order to make it to where you are now, no matter where your success level is and what it is pertaining to you. So all that wrapped into one. Let's get back to it. I know, you know how I am. I let him know, do you trust the journey, TV? Do you? And he was like, well, yeah, of course I do. I'm like, well, no, that's not it. Because if you are so believing in a foundation of anything, and you put yourself into that all the way, you give your prayer, you give your honor, you give your happiness to it. You're fasting, you're doing what you need to do, and you're clearing yourself out. It doesn't mean, I don't know what goes in personally for the person when they're meditating or praying. It doesn't mean they have to bare their soul to me and let me going on, but I don't feel the peace and harmony that they should be living. So I let him know very clearly, be careful what you say that you represent, and be careful what you say that you believe you are. Because the representation of hashtag trusting the journey is exactly what that is. The journey that we all live in, especially for Teve, his was a little shaky. He worried about what was going to happen tomorrow, what was going to happen every moment. He's a deep warrior like me. My mom always said, you're a warrior, Lex. But at the same time, I was letting him know, when we trust the journey, and I have a problem with this too, that's the imperfections of it. No matter if I grew up, with my understanding of Seventh-day Adventistry, no matter how I grow up, even now understanding that love is perfect in the perfection of how it's made and given to us, I still have that worry, like, man, what's going to happen here? Oh, man, did I do this and did I do that? And what's going to happen next week? What happens if I go to the doctor? What's going to happen if, this happens? You have that natural human extra worriness, and then you turn on the channel and you look at the news, and then you got 20 million more things to worry about. That's true. Not even to mention politics. Okay. But what I'm saying is the journey is something that is meant for all of us to endure, all of us to carry, and all of us to have. No one could have told me last year that my sister and my brother were going to be gone. And if they did tell me, I probably would have believed it, because at the same time, you still got to take things for face value. That's a part of the journey for me and us and our family. There's a lot of people going through worse things, and we can't really say what's worse and what's better. It depends on what kind of walk of life we have. But there's people going through losing 5 or 6 family members at one time. Mine happened over the course of a couple of years, but there's people who have devastating things happening to them every moment, and great, wonderful things happening every second. But at the same time, the journey is for us to endure, live, carry, and live on even more. It's for us to be able to have our faith and our trust in what we believe in. And no matter what religion or what state or what mind you grew up in, the power of belief is phenomenal. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what the other person believes our journey is. It's what we have the faith in, the ultimate understanding of what created us, that has the journey already open to us. Now, I'm not going to say our life is predicted every moment, every second, but that journey is out there nonetheless for us to carry on through. So let's not overthink things all the time. Let's take a step forward and see where it puts us. And at the same time, when we look at life and we live it, understand the journey was created for you and I to have. Sometimes we can't bring the baggage or the people or the things or circumstances on that journey because it's not meant to be on that path. I mean, the journey I thought when California was going to be me constantly being in California and living up this life. But this feeling inside of me, it wasn't even the point that I got irritated by being there after a while and the heat too much for me. I just knew it. I actually listened to the voice within. And something was like, man, even though you want it to be and you're still trying to create these scenarios of hanging out and going different places in California, this is not the journey that you're on. This was a part of the journey that you've passed through. You just need to carry on. Yes, get that again. It was a part of the journey I need to pass through. Now, it doesn't mean I'm not going to visit and see my friends and everyone down there and maybe even spend a month or two down there. I don't know. But if you trust the journey, that instinct, that connection, that deep feeling you have with the creator of all things, the infinite source, the ether, okay, the universal properties of all that is, even if you want to put a label on or not. It doesn't matter if you're fasting. It doesn't matter if, like I said, what religious background you have or anything else when you want to put a title to something. If you're not letting the position be itself, you're not playing the position for what it is, there's really no point of even having a title to anything that you say. The whole understanding of being a part of what you have to be a part of is knowing that when you trust the journey, and when we trust the journey, there's nothing that can steer us out of our way. Now, no matter what the outcome is, as long as we keep the love and faith and abundance and all that is, nothing can harm us. People might say, well, what if I get severely ill if this happens? Well, was that a part of your journey? What if this happens? And what if this happens? Maybe it's the part of your journey. Whoever said, and this is what I said before, and someone else has said this too, I believe. Whoever said that death was the end. Whoever said that death was such a bad thing. We feel it here because we're not living with those people and we're sad of how it happened or what happened. And we have to go on without them, a physical form. But we don't know. It's the deepest sleep that we could ever go into. We don't know. Our spirits ascend back to the breath in which it came. But I'm not saying death is the ultimate factor of what's going to happen. I'm saying that no matter what it is, hashtag trust the journey. Trust the journey that everything's going to be okay. Just like the faith and prayers that someone has. And I was telling my friend TV, that's what it is. It's not the point of someone picking at you from what you believe in or what you claim that you are. You say that you already believe that you are. It's the point of trusting where you are. Enjoy your fasting. Enjoy your Ramadan. Enjoy your time. Enjoy the harmonies in it and the peacefulness that you say that you get from it. Let all those worries and carries go, even if it's for a day, month, 2 months, and trust the journey that is already waiting for you to enter it or pass through to the next one. The whole point is that if we keep moving forward and everywhere and every place that we have to go and connecting to all that is that's pulling us or carrying us or guiding us to where we need to be, that's all there is to it. The spirit within will always be more than the spirit without. So, don't forget that. Hope you know where I'm going here. I hope it wasn't too confusing, but you get what I'm saying. Hashtag trust the journey. This is your host, Lex, coming to you straight from the heart. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate you. We love you. Be the change, feel the passion, embrace the power of the spirit, and be your wonderful selves. Hashtag trust the journey. Go to Real Double Dose channel at yandex.com. Shout out to us. And you can also go at Real Double Dose channel on Instagram and RDC Lex Team at Facebook. And much, much more coming to you in the .blogspot, which has some wonderful things on there. YouTube rolling out soon. So just keep faith and keep hopeful. And just remember to believe and trust in the belief that you have with the trust that you give to the belief. And everything will be wonderful. And we will be back with you soon.